So welcome. I think it is GIC 56. It's interestingly. What about change हो सकता है. Okay, so today's topic is the chakra of alchemy. So out of the 7 chakra, there is a chakra that creates alchemy within, the human system, and especially emotional alchemy. So any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses? So it's the heart chakra. Okay, so today we are going to talk about why, or some more about the heart chakra and why compassion and forgiveness are so important in our life. So we need to understand that in life, 10% is what happens to you, and 90% is your reaction. So it's only 10% of what life brings to you. It can be hurt, pain, sorrow, physical, mental, emotional pain. It's only 10%. But 90% of all the suffering that we create happens, in our mind. It happens through visiting or revisiting the past. And most of the people who say that I am really suffering in life, or I'm in pain, or mere saath bura hua, yeah, life is not good to me, are the people who have actually lived most of their life in that 90% of suffering, because they keep revisiting their past, because they are so attached to what happened to them, rather than working on the healing. So 90% of the population that we see is super interested in what happened. So yesterday when we were talking about what happened to you is not important, your healing is important, it is because no matter what life throws at you, if you see that it happened in a moment, and it's not that it created suffering for most of the time, the suffering is not lifelong. If you just look at that event, because there is it's not permanent, so time, it's you living it again and again in time and memory is what is causing that pain. And this especially in terms of emotional pain. Physical pain, okay, you understand. But if it is emotional pain, most of the emotional pain is because you choose to not let go of it, or you choose to relive in the memories till the time it just creates a big void, or you can say it creates a big uh, lump inside of you, which is whenever it is squeezed, there is pain and sadness and sorrow that you spill over, right? So the most of the time, people ask that agar mere saath bahut bura hua, yeah, if people did really wrong to me, why is it important for me to forgive? Why can I just move on, not think about it, and be done with it? Why do I have to really forgive? Now, my teacher, Master Choa, he says that forgiveness happens at 2 levels. So the first level is that you physically, in person, go and say that, I'm sorry, I ask for forgiveness. And that forgiveness is not meant for all. Okay. So depending on the hurt and pain that the other person has given you, outer forgiveness may not be required in all cases. But the second level of forgiveness is the inner forgiveness. Inner forgiveness is important, and that you do at the soul level. And that is important because it frees you of the suffering, and then you hand it over to Lord of Karma. So, uh, even when you are doing forgiveness, when you are showing compassion, you need to understand that your compassion, your forgiveness is basically helping you release the pain, the suffering that has happened within yourself. But the karma that the other person has created in order to give that suffering to you or give that pain to you, somewhere he or she will have to take care of that or neutralize that karma. So you know that there is going to be suffering for that person by virtue of he or she hurting you, and then you are able to see from a higher or a soul perspective that इसने मुझे इतना परेशान किया है तो उसकी लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम तो आएगी. And when I see that, and that person can be really close to you, and you choose that, okay, आएगी, but मैं माफ करती हूँ. So जितना level of suffering तुम्हारी मेरे through ease हो सकती है, I will try by doing an inner forgiveness and compassion, but rest is your karma, and I can do nothing about it, right? So that is the kind of understanding that is needed for forgiveness. So many a times, we get stuck with forgiveness, and people are really rigid. I've seen people being very, very rigid when it comes to forgiving. But you have to understand that it's not about the out of forgiveness, because if somebody has done really wrong to you, you may not want to go and forgive that person. Okay. So दो level पे practice करनी होती है forgiveness, and inner forgiveness is for everyone, because you understand that the person who has caused so much suffering in your life or is creating so much suffering in your life will somewhere, is also creating a karma or a karmic cycle for himself or herself to further, work on it. So that ways, it is very, very important. And so, when we are doing these great invocation sessions, when we are doing the Om Mani Padme Hum mantra, which is the mantra of mercy and compassion, it, you're working on, through your heart chakra, you're working on transmuting the energy of anger, hurt, resentment, guilt, pain, suffering into higher emotions like love, forgiveness, peace, and compassion, right? So that ways, if you see, the heart chakra basically lies in the center of the 7 chakra system. So the crown, ajna, throat, you have the heart, and solar plexus, navel or sacral, and then the root, right? So in the 7 chakra system, your heart is beautifully placed in the center. And once the forgiveness happens, you know about Kundalini energy. Kundalini energy has to move through the 7 chakras. So the free flow of Kundalini energy basically helps you regenerate your cells. It helps you, again, it helps you in your spiritual practice. It helps you in having those deep inner experiences and meditation. And that movement of Kundalini energy is only possible when this central center is activated. And this activation will only happen when there is a clearing, So when you are able to release those lower emotions through the heart chakra, the energy freely flows through the heart chakra to the throat. And, you can also understand this beautifully. When there is healing and compassion in the heart, the words that come out of your mouth are, again, they are polished or they are coated with the substance of love. Okay. So that's how the bitterness, agar forgiveness nahi karenge, kahin na kahin that bitterness remains. And when that bitterness remains, what you speak from your mouth will not be, again, it will be hurting, and if it is hurting, then again, there would be an action reaction and more karma created. So in order to purify the speech, in order to purify the intention with which you are speaking, you have to go through the alchemy of the heart. And that's why it is such an important, super important chakra. And in Twin Hearts meditation, in the great invocation practice, we activate the heart in order to channel more and more divine energies. Also, my teacher says that, the heart chakra, it's like a 12-petaled chakra. Isme 12 petals hoti hai. If you see the diagram of a heart chakra, it has 12 petals. And these 12 petals, when you look at the crown chakra, basically the center of the crown chakra is identical to the 12 petals of the heart chakra. And then, there are the remaining petals. So it is very beautiful to see the correspondence between the heart. So in Twin Hearts meditation, we talk about two hearts, the heart, the physical, the heart chakra, and then the other heart, which is the heart of divine love, which is the crown chakra. So it is very, very important, for us to practice compassion. And like I said, when you are compassionate, there is certain amount of wisdom through which you can see that, there is going to be suffering. Although this episode has happened, there is a fight that has happened, there is a wrong that is going on, but you have the wisdom to see that although this has happened, there is going to be, karmic intervention, and you will suffer. And although I don't want to be a part of your suffering, although I don't wish you that, I am doing my forgiveness and I'm practicing compassion so that your life, um, I can contribute to this, to relieving the suffering that probably you're going to face in your life. So it's a very beautiful thought when it comes to forgiveness, but I just hope people understand, forgiveness this way. Because I've seen so many videos when people talk about, you shouldn't forgive. So there are different levels of truth, and there are different layers of forgiveness. And so we need to understand that, do we want to, again, get stuck during a spiritual practice, or you want to release and let go of these lower vibrations in order to, for your larger good. So basically, forgiveness at one level is the inner forgiveness is nothing to do with the other person. It is all to do with you, your spiritual growth, your activation of the higher chakra, your movement of the kundalini, your deeper experiences. So if you want to experience all of that, then for you, the path of inner forgiveness will matter. And I would say that this is where we all should head, out of forgiveness, not for everyone, but inner forgiveness for everyone. Okay. Any questions?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me.
So there are two types of forgiveness, and or you can say two types of causes for which you practice forgiveness. And one cause, probably you will want a person to face his karma,
Okay.
and in one set, you may be hurt, but you may not be wanting for the person that he or she should face a tough karma.
Correct.
सो उन सिचुएशंस के अंदर मतलब ये कैसे डिफरेंशिएट होता है और कैसे इसको नेगोशिएट करते
See,
हैं when a person is really close to you,
yeah, I know.
so you are forgiving and you are doing, but कहीं ना कहीं आप ये भी चाहते हो कि ठीक है, इसका कुछ बुरा नहीं होना चाहिए.
हाँ, देखिए, पर
and and in one situation you really want, ठीक है मैंने forgive कर दिया, लेकिन इसका जो है वो जरूर होना चाहिए.
yeah, actually पता है क्या विकास, what like मुझे जो लगता है कि हमारे चाहने ना चाहने से we can wish people well, right? We can bless them. So what most of us are doing, like in healing, most of the people, क्योंकि अभी इतना ज्यादा दो तीन reasons ही होते हैं when people come into healing. It is like your emotional relationship issue, financial issue और health issue. इन तीन की वजह से ही ज्यादातर people get onto the path of spirituality, suffering. जो लोग suffering के through आते हैं. There are people who come through
Very true.
come through spiritual lineage, पर वो बहुत ही कम लोग होते हैं. ज्यादातर लोग आ रहे हैं, वो अपनी सफरिंग का निदान चाहिए, and that is why they surrender, because they know कि हमारे हाथ में कुछ है नहीं basically, and then we have to surrender to something higher than us.
वो स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ के लिए उनका ट्रिगर होता.
Correct, right? तो जब हम इस पाथ पे आते हैं, and when we surrender, and you start with your spiritual practice, there is one realization जो मेरे साथ हो रहा है, that is also because of my karma, right? तो मेरी suffering जो है is my responsibility to a great degree. Correct? Now, similarly, we see for the other person also. तो अगर मैं किसी से कह रही हूँ भाई गुस्सा मत करो या गलत मत बोलो और that person is hell bent कि मैं बोलूंगा, hell bent कि I need to, then what will you do? You say, okay, go ahead, do it. Once you have done it, it is in the records of the Lord of Karma. So what I can do is maybe wish you well. I can pray for you. I can bless you. I can do some kind of healing to alleviate that anger or that resentment. To certain degree of your receptivity. और मतलब तुम कितने receiving हो, उस पे भी depend करता है, right? So we can do all of that. And यहाँ पे हमारा जो हम कहते हैं ना free will comes into place. So there are people who do not have or who do not have the free will to get healed. So those you can't do, healing doesn't work on them because they are not at all receptive. So they have come with the intention of suffering. But again, we come from a lineage of mercy and compassion. So when we are blessing the planet Earth, we choose, to bless each and every person without exception. And that includes our family, that includes our loved ones, that includes each and every person. So we are still making our full effort to ensure that, even if when you go through your karma, by virtue of, creating that suffering or for me or for anybody else, may you be forgiven. May, you be blessed with love. May, your आपकी कर्म अच्छे से कट जाए. So that is the whole intention. And probably, that is what the higher beings, if you think about the great Buddha or Jesus Christ, that's what they did. They basically tried to heal people of their suffering, although they were doing. But in return, क्या हुआ? उनको सूली पे चढ़ा दिया या बहुत सारी चीजें. So it's like there is ignorance.
नहीं, इसमें एक चीज और पूछनी है मुझे. Suppose it is my karma that I am being hurt. ठीक है, that is a lesson for me. अब उसके अंदर मैंने forgiveness कर दी. And it was supposed to be a lesson for me. So would it create a karma for the person who is acting as a medium to help me undergo my karma?
Yes. Because that person, or you can say that character, came into reality because there was an exchange that had to happen.
But it was a soul contract.
It was.
So why should he undergo any suffering for his part of soul contract, which was basically a lesson for me?
So see, it was a lesson for you.
थोड़ा complex है.
I
just want to understand कि ये होता कैसे.
हाँ, तो जैसे दो लोग हम लेते हैं, ठीक है, A and B. So A and B had a soul contract of maybe, cheating of money. So I cheated somebody of money, and then they are cheating me of money. Okay. So मेरे साथ ऐसा कुछ हुआ. And then, so I got cheated of money. Now, what happens is I can make peace with this thing that I got cheated of my money, or I can go to the next level and maybe go and kill that person. Okay. So every person has that free will to go that extra mile when they are creating a karma. Because you are, so this soul contract that was happening, you can see it from so many ends. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि आप अपने रिएक्शन को रोक लेते हैं and you put a stop to your karma. You just say, okay, I understand that this could be a lesson and I'm not going to give in to the urge of replying back. I'm not going to, get into the urge of maybe hitting that person or maybe, speaking badly about that person. I'll remain silent and quiet. Okay, you basically stop your karma, or you can just freeze that situation then and there. But the other person, due to their free will, probably continues or does certain things that may add to, because we actually don't know how much to give, how much to give, how much to receive. इसका अंदाजा हमें नहीं है.
So Sargam, kabhi kabhi, people get even get killed.
Yeah.
Maybe involuntarily. So you are not wanting to kill. So suppose एक accident हो गया and a person gets killed, though you were not intending to kill that person. So उस केस के अंदर कैसे ये play out कर?
See,
What would happen in such a case? वो एक नया soul contract बनेगा? Yeah, what happens in this situation?
so it is said that taking or interfering in somebody's soul evolution is one of the biggest karma. So you really have to go through, जैसे कहते हैं ना, a very slowed process of evolution. So if a soul had a plan to grow and evolve, and somebody, by mistake, or what you can say by virtue of their karma, puts end to their life, then there is a very huge karmic implication that is implied upon the person.
Could it be that was a part of a soul contract also? सबसे कॉमन इसके अंदर हमारे को एक्सीडेंट्स दिखते हैं जहाँ you are not intending. Suppose you are driving and suddenly someone comes in the front and you cannot apply the brakes या कुछ भी करके and the person gets hit. And आपको नहीं पता था कि कौन आएगा और who will be hit, and it happens in a flash. It happens in a second.
Yeah.
So you have no control over the situation. ऐसे के अंदर क्या हो?
जो हम कहते हैं, तो वही होता है ना, जब जैसे कहते हैं जाकुरा के साइया मार सके ना कोई. So if you have your good karma account, then people get saved also, right? Miraculously saved. So a lot is happening on the you can say soul level, and we do not have insight. हमें पता नहीं है कितना, what is the magnitude of karmic give and take that needs to happen.
Right.
Nobody knows. There is no measure of it. And sometimes I think when you are suffering, to a certain point, even you know how much to suffer. कहीं ना कहीं आपको पता होता है ये अब ज्यादा हो रहा है. That is where probably you will cry and you will talk to God. और एक लेवल होता है जहाँ पे आप बहुत easily give and take कर रहे होते हैं, hurt होते हैं, but then you are okay saying what you want to say, you are okay hurting people, okay giving back, right? Where you feel that यहाँ तक I am correct. फिर एक स्टेज आती है जहाँ पे आपको लगता है अभी ये ज्यादा हो रहा है, I might break down, I cannot take more than this, right? And I feel that is where you know that now this needs to end. Now this will turn around. And once you start, तो कई बार होता है कि हमारा लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन भी चल रहा होता है. हम कई सिचुएशंस अट्रैक्ट कर रहे होते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ आवर ओन you can say point of vibrational alignment. Okay. So even that is working. So a lot of forces are working in sync, and then you have your good karma, which is coming and protecting you wherever probably it can come into play. So a lot of ifs and buts are, basically working in order to create a life that you want to create, for things to become better. And if you see in life, किसी की भी बहुत simple, easy, बड़े बड़े लोगों की भी simple, easy, अच्छी लाइफ नहीं होती. गालियां खाना ये वो, like I see Prime Minister Modi, I see Sadhguru, I see so many good people in my eyes. But I see even my teacher Master Joa, there were so many things that they had to go through the kind of suffering and pain that they had to go through in order to do what they were supposed to do. So kai baar ho jata hai, it's all a play, it's a noise. Your life is the real music that is happening. But your relationships, आपका finances और ये सब distortion है. ये आता जाता रहेगा. But the life and the way you are carrying yourself or conducting yourself in that life is the music, right? But rest of the things are like distortion. People come and go. And कई बार आप खुद देखोगे कि आपने अपने आप को बहुत maybe बुरा होने से बचा लिया होता है. You become your own savior because you are able to see कि अगर मैं इस रास्ते चली जाती तो गड़बड़ हो जाता. So all of these things, so your awareness, the degree of your awareness, the degree of the how open your heart chakra is, your connection with your soul, higher soul. बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं that are acting together in order to ensure that this lifetime you are able to create some value for yourself and for others. See, we are all here to evolve. It is said that Mahatma Buddha को around 700 या 800 lifetimes लगे थे in order to become Buddha in this one lifetime. Okay, something or the other was going wrong. Something or the other was not apt for the great Buddha to, achieve what all he achieved in one lifetime. Even, when you hear Sadhguru, you will get to know that so much happened. There came a point in his life when he was going to consecrate the Dhyanlinga and his wife decided to leave, happily leave. And the kind of physical breakdown that he went through at that point of time was like, you can see the pictures and see what all happens when you're doing the energy work. It's not easy doing energy work. It takes a lot from you. Subtle energy में जब आप काम कर रहे होते हैं. So there is a lot that goes on, like probably हमें नहीं पता अपने previous incarnation कितने और incarnation थे मेरे जहाँ I got to learn things, but I believe that it happened here, and then I see that one person came in my life and उस problem की वजह से I got into pranic healing or whatever, right? So we don't know. We just know about this lifetime, and then rest is how can we make it better through good karma? How can we make it better through our spiritual practice? How can we not get entangled? There's another word and beautiful thing that वो कम से कम entanglement create करें. So you have to be wise. So there are like Sadhguru says, hugging everyone, touching everyone. All of this creates a lot of contracts, So you need to be sane about your energy, or for certain spiritual practice, you cannot do certain things. So there is a lot, but are you preparing for that, or are you just preparing for a default life, on an autopilot? So जो लोग autopilot पे चल रहे हैं उन्हें ज़्यादा कुछ probably करने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती, क्योंकि उन्होंने choose किया है कि ये हम हंसते खेलते ये वाला जीवन निकालना है, हमें ज़्यादा कुछ करना नहीं. How much healing that is going through, because somewhere you've understood that I'm not here to play small. I'm not here to just suffer. I'm here to do something for my life, for my evolution. So a lot of things are. तो आप क्या करोगे अगर आपको ये समझ में आ गया कि भैया मुझे नहीं फंसना किसी चीज में, I need to live my life in the best possible way, और उसमें मेरे पास tools हैं कि मैं I can forgive you, I can internally do it, I can connect with God through meditation, I can do my prayers, I can bless you, then I will do all of these things. Then I don't care तुम्हारी suffering. It is your prerogative. Mine is that I will bless you. ठीक है, उस समय मुझे गुस्सा आया, but फिर हट के I bless you, I wish you well. That is the maturity of the soul. It is so easy to get entangled, or to we level up. I think, like, this is what I believe, that
Right.
once you understand कि भैया मुझे अपनी गाड़ी संभाल के चलानी है, तुम लोग सब इधर उधर जा रहे हो, which is okay, but I need to protect my car and I need to reach my destination regardless of how the other people are driving around me. So that is I think the bigger picture. अब मेरे बगल से मेरे हस्बैंड निकल रहे हैं, मेरा बच्चा निकल रहा है, मेरे पापा निकल रहे हैं, मेरी मम्मी निकल रहे हैं. I love them all. But the thing is, if your soul has not decided to, be on the path, I can only wish you well. I might heal also. I might heal, I might do something. पर कई बार ऐसा भी होता है, जैसे I ask myself, why do I don't want to do healing for this person? ऐसा हो जाता है. क्यों नहीं मन कर रहा है इसके लिए? अब बहुत क्लोज है पर मन नहीं कर रहा healing करने. And then I feel that somewhere that person's energy is also restricting you from doing it for them. It's not your choice. There is no receptivity. आप क्या करोगे?
बिल्कुल सही.
तो बहुत सारी चीजें हो सकती हैं, बट यही है, मतलब people come on this planet, जब वो चले जाते तब लोग कहते हैं अरे बड़े महान थे उन्होंने ये वो, पर जब तक वो जिंदा रहते हैं लोग उनसे लड़ते रहते हैं या अब बुरा भला बोलते रहते हैं. सो मतलब ये भी लाइफ है, ये भी लाइफ होगी, ये इसमें भी कुछ लेना देना रहा होगा जो probably some people like इतने सालों बाद उनकी हिस्ट्री निकल के आ रही है, and then we get to know that they were not nice people. Right? So like whatever you are creating, the everything that you are leaving behind is like a proof of the life that you've lived. If people get interested about your life, वो पूरा सच निकाल डालेंगे. So don't think that people are not watching, or people are not aware, or people are not interested. The day they become interested about you, वो सारा आपका history, geography सब निकाल लेंगे. So ensure that you live a life that has nothing to hide. Ensure that you live a life that is giving, that is, useful for other people. I think that is the alchemy of the heart. You understand, and you know that people are making mistakes. You know that you also will make mistakes. But then I will learn from my mistakes, and so can you. Pura jo forgiveness prayer hum karte hain is what matters. And it's a hope. We are creating a hope that, life can also improve for you. But कई बार ऐसा होता है, जो लोग मुझे कहते हैं, बताते हैं कि maybe the close ones in your family, they'll come up and say, oh तुम ये कर रहे थे, तुम्हारी लाइफ में क्या फर्क पड़ गया, तुम तो अभी भी गुस्सा करते हो, या ये that kind of thing that happens. And probably
Most common.
That's what happens, right, for most of the people. And it's not only for people who like हर कोई accomplished healer नहीं हो जाता, या हर कोई accomplished consultant नहीं हो जाता, या इसी फील्ड में अपना नाम नहीं बना, but then they are doing their spiritual practice, and that helps them to become a better version of themselves. So people who judge you on the path of spiritual progress, also, these are the people, probably they're not sure about what is the right path. You are blessed that at least you've got a path. You're blessed that at least you've got a spiritual teacher, because not everybody has it. People are shopping, they are like, जैसे हम ग्रोसरी स्टोर में जाते हैं, वैसे वो स्पिरिचुअलिटी भी शॉप कर रहे हैं. आज इसका शॉप करा, कल उसका लिया, कल किसी का ट्राई किया, and then they say it doesn't work for them because इतनी वैरायटी है, और वो किसी एक चीज को भी बहुत अच्छे से पकड़ के नहीं रख पाए. So then they start talking, not so nice about different schools. That इससे नहीं फायदा हुआ, उससे नहीं फायदा हुआ. But the problem is not in the schools. The problem is in your consistency, in the way you've been, practicing the teachings. So there are people I know who are doing a lot of meditation, who are doing spiritual work as a routine. But then there is no depth, because emotionally there is no inner alchemy that is happening. They are still holding, a lot of anger. They're like rigid like anything. They can speak really bad words. they can be extremely nasty, but then they do their meditations regularly. So it's a path and it's a journey, and it can be different for every person. We are nobody to judge. Some people, some people are lucky, they get to experience जो 10 साल के बाद लोगों को एक्सपीरियंस हो जाता है, उनको शायद 1 या 2 meditations में ही हो जाता है, and that's a blessing. That's something probably you would have done in your previous lifetime, या कुछ कुछ अच्छी दुआ है लोगों की कि आपको वो चीज मिल गई, राइट? तो कई बार उसमें भी लोगों को कंपटीशन हो जाता है, या उसमें भी हो जाता है, प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है कि अरे आपको टाइम ही कितना हुआ है, बिकॉज पीपल थिंक दैट ऑल ऑफ दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू डू व्हेन यू आर टू ओल्ड, यू एक्सपीरियंस दिस व्हेन यू आर लाइक टू सीनियर, राइट? सो अगर आप थोड़ा बहुत भी इसको शेयर करते हैं तो लोगों को लगता है अरे अभी आपकी एज ही कितनी है, यू आर टॉकिंग ऑल ऑफ दिस स्टफ, राइट? सो मेनी थिंग्स that you can be judged on so many levels, you can be hurt on so many levels, but the thing is, do you want to stop there? No, I want to move, I want to experience more, I want to do more, be more. And when you have that thing that abhi aur karna hai, abhi aur experience karna hai, abhi aur evolve karna hai, and there is so much that still I have not explored, it humbles you. And then you're again like a student, or you can say seeker. You're still a seeker, and you know that there is so much that it still needs to be explored. And you know your own flaws, you're not that regular. You have to master loving kindness, you have to master your throat chakra, to master your heart chakra. There's so much like, huh? तो ये जो so much है, आई थिंक एक टाइम आता है जब आप यू आर वेरी फोकस्ड ऑन योर जर्नी, एंड फोकस्ड ऑन द जर्नी हु वांट्स टू ट्रैवल विद यू, राइट? फिर वो जो को ट्रैवलर्स होते हैं वो जरूरी नहीं आपके फैमिली के, वो को ट्रैवलर्स हो सकते हैं पीपल हु आर enjoying, or they are ready for being on this journey with you. So they start creating that protective environment, they start creating that joy and happiness in your life by virtue of traveling with you. So वो संघा जो बन जाता है ना, आई एम श्योर गौतम बुद्ध के जो क्लोज डिसाइपल्स थे उसमें से आई थिंक एक उनका कजन था, बाकी सब तथागत या somebody was his cousin, rest were all random people. So एक पार्ट ये है कि हाँ, दुख देने वाले भी हम अट्रैक्ट करते हैं, उनके साथ सोल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होते हैं, और एक ये भी सच है कि इन सब चीजों के लिए भी हम जिनके साथ कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं उनके साथ भी हमारे कुछ अच्छे सोल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हैं, जो कि नर्चरिंग है, जो कि गिविंग है, जो कि रिसीविंग है. सो व्हाट डू यू वांट टू फोकस ऑन? So you focus more on this, you bless them, and you heal them. The other part, you heal them, you release them, you wish them luck. So that's the beauty of awareness, that's the beauty of understanding, and the alchemy of the heart. मतलब हर इस सारे experience से, हर spiritual practice से, your chakra, जो आपके energy centers हैं वो निखर रहे हैं. You know or you don't know, but वो निखर रहे हैं. जब वो निखर रहे हैं तो आपकी इंटेंशन प्योरीफाई हो रही है, आपकी स्पीच प्योरीफाई हो रही है, आपके फीलिंग्स प्योरीफाई हो रहे हैं. एंड व्हेन ऑल ऑफ दिस इज हैपनिंग, the right kind of people are connecting with you, the right kind of people are appreciating you, the right, you will see, how you're able to create your own people, right? So that's the alchemy of the heart. You need to understand that here, on an individual level, it is a very lonely journey. It's very, very lonely because it is very, very individual. So beach mein people come and they enjoy with you, but then your soul growth is an exam that you are preparing for, is an exam that you are writing, and you are only assessing. Nobody is there to assess also. So abhi I'm not there. कितना पीछे हूं मैं सबसे, right? Even people might think nahi, you're doing very well, But in your heart, in your deepest of things, you know that abhi main wahan nahi hu, ya abhi time lagega, ya abhi, I need to do this, I need to do that. And that is the quality of a good student. You're not satisfied with yourself. You enjoy the milestones that are coming, but then you know that it is a path that I've chosen, and it will take time, it will require more effort, and it's a lifetime project. Okay, so should we start? Any question? So today I do not have my cook, so I need to cook for my daughter. हम जल्दी finish करेंगे. So just close your eyes. And still be aware. And focus on your heart. You can tap your heart with your left hand and crown from the right hand. And as you tap them, just be aware that you're activating your heart center. You're activating your crown center. Close your eyes and be aware of your heart chakra. So bring your energy and awareness to your heart center. And be aware of this discussion that we had around the alchemy of the heart. Be aware that the real gold in your life is you. And be aware that every lower emotion that you are holding is that base metal, or is the extra weight that you are carrying within yourself. So when you have to fly in the inner worlds through your meditation, when you want to connect with the higher energies, you don't want to carry the weight of your frustrations, the weight of revenge, the weight of guilt and resentment. You want to enhance your inner experiences. And the good part is that there is an awareness about the sacred place within you, that God resides within you. And when God resides within you, you want to provide the best of place for God to live. So be aware of all the lower emotions, lower tendencies that is accumulated within yourself by virtue of wanting to get even with somebody, wanting to prove yourself, the feeling of not being enough, the feeling of not being appreciated, not being of value. Be aware that all these resentments and guilt and lower emotions are weighing you down. They're stopping you from flying, stopping you from becoming your best version. So now, with this understanding, we will invoke for the energies, the divine energies, to the Supreme God, the great Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, especially the Buddha Kuan Yin, Buddha Avalokiteshvar, Buddha Shakyamuni, Guru Padma Sambhav, and Lord Mahavira Ji, all the great ones, holy gurus, holy master saints, archangels, holy angels, to our higher selves, to our guardian angels, to our spirit guides, to the angels of love, to the angels of light, to the beings of my heart chakra, being residing in every chakra of my system. We invoke for your divine love, light, and power, divine healing energies, inner healing, physical healing, the blessings of mercy and compassion, the blessings of wisdom, the blessings of inner forgiveness, the blessings of serenity, the blessings of peace and bliss, the blessings of abundance, the blessings of prosperity, and the blessings of success and self mastery. In full faith, we thank you with deep gratitude, tremendous respect, and lots of love. Be still, be aware. And I want you to just mentally think about all the people that you love and care, the inner circle that you have, and be aware of all the hurt and pain that comes from this inner circle. So just be aware and be aware that you have a deep connection with all of these people who are hurting you in some way or the other. People who verbally, mentally, emotionally, maybe physically, are hurting you in some way. Just visualize all of them and just say, Atma Namaste. I salute the divinity within all of you. I recognize that there is some learning that is happening between us, and it's completely normal for my growth and evolution. So, for all the pain and suffering that you have caused me, I forgive you. I release you. Go in peace. Similarly, be aware of any suffering that you've caused to them by being rigid, by being adamant, by being nasty. So just be aware that we are all humans and we are all evolving. And evolution involves a lot of time, process, and lots of big, small, silly mistakes. So just mentally say, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. And I ask for forgiveness from the bottom of my heart, from the deepest awareness that I have about my being. I'm really sorry. And I'm still learning to let go of my tendencies to hurt. I'm still learning to let go of the tendencies to be harsh, mentally, emotionally, verbally, and physically. So please bear with my evolution. Please bear with my journey. There is nothing personal. And I'm trying my best to be my best. So bear with me. Be aware that there is this Lord of Karma. So you just say to the Lord of Karmas, I understand where my suffering is coming from. I understand. I have made some mistakes in my past. And this is important for me to learn. But I want to tell you that I'm making an effort and I will make an effort to grow and evolve. Just be kind to me. Please be patient with me and please forgive me. I will also be accumulating lots of good karma through my actions, through service and tithing, to negate the impact of this suffering. And please help me and guide me. Thank you in full faith. You put your heart, hands on your heart, and just be aware that as you touch your heart, be aware that your heart chakra is activated, and the process of alchemy takes place. Every time when you feel that somebody is hurting you, just take out a few minutes and mentally ask for forgiveness. Mentally to say, I'm sorry. You need not go in front of that person, but mentally say, I'm sorry. Anything that is triggering you by seeing me, please release it. I'm also learning. I'm a child of God and so are you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. So be it, so be it, so. Now we will chant the great invocation. We will chant the Vajra Guru mantra 11 times, followed by great invocation. Just give me a minute. Sorry, we lost electricity. Okay, so just put your hands in the blessing position. Visualize a smaller in front of you, the size of a small ball. We will chant the Vajra Guru mantra 11 times. Be aware of your crown chakra, be aware of your heart, and be super receptive. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padme Siddhi Hum. 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 तुम्हारा एसी नहीं चलाएगा, बंद कर दो. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padme Siddhi Hum. Be still, be aware. Focus on your crown, focus on your heart. Be aware of the love that you have for your family, love for all your loved ones. Give the gratitude and joy and bless each and every person and being, without any exception, with loving kindness, with sweetness, with joy, with happiness, with compassion, with mercy, with inner healing and inner forgiveness. So be it, so be it, so be it. Visualize golden light from your crown radiating to your hands. Focus it on the planet Earth. Bless all the sentient beings without exception, being divinely blessed by the love of God, by the will of God, by the light of God. May each and every person be blessed with willingness to do good and goodwill. May they be blessed with spirituality, growth, purpose, understanding, compassion for all. So be it, so be it, so be it. Be aware of any problem that you are that is going on in your life, and just bless each and every person with the positive quality. You're going through relationship issue. Bless each and every couple, every person who is in a relationship with deep understanding, respect, mutual respect, and lots of love. So if you're going through a financial challenge, bless everyone with prosperity and abundance, with moderation and non-excessiveness, to be able to save money and create wealth for themselves. So be it, so be it. Be aware if people are going through any health problems. Bless each and every person with good lifestyle, with good eating habits, with strength and immunity, with regeneration of cells and organs. So be it, so be it, so it is. May all of you be divinely blessed. May these sessions be divinely blessed. May all the right people get attracted to these sessions, and may they benefit from these healings and information that is being shared. So be it. May they spread rapidly and properly. So be it, so be it, so be it. May this year be focused on spiritual evolution, on service, on lots of tithing. May all of us be blessed with right resources to be able to give, share, and generate a lot of prosperity and abundance for ourselves and for other good purpose. So be it, so be it, so it is. May our minds be open to a bigger vision and bigger purpose for our lives. May we move with ease on a purposeful life path without being stuck in petty issues, in petty problems. So Lord God, please save us. Lord of Karmas, please save us so that we stay on the right path. We have the right wisdom and we have the right intention to do the right thing. May we make it possible. So be it, so be it, so it is. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for giving us the wisdom, the maturity to be able to see things as they are rather than how they should be. So just bless us with more patience, bless us with more strength, spirituality to go through life with ease, joy, and happiness. Bless all the people that we love to grow and evolve with us. May we have more love for each other. May we have more scope for understanding each other. So be it, so be it, so it is. May all of us be divinely protected from any psychic attacks, psychic invasions, evil eyes. So be it. So be it. So be it. Bless your projects, your goals. May the retreat in Doha be divinely blessed by rapid and proper materialization. So be it. So be it. Let us give thanks to the Supreme God. We thank you to all the great ones, to the Holy Master Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, to all the Holy Buddhas, Holy Sattvas. We thank you all for your priceless presence. In full faith, we thank you. The excess energies that your body cannot hold, just ground them into the Mother Earth. May Mother Earth be healed, may Mother Earth be regenerated, revitalized. Blessings be to our Mother Earth. So be it. So be it. So be it. Once you're done, you can open your eyes with a big, broad smile. Thank you, Vikas, for joining. We'll connect again tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.